American motorcycle dealerships are struggling, and here's the reason why. Japanese bikes are crushing the competition with better reliability, lower prices, and smarter engineering. From cruisers to adventure tourers, these machines don't just match American bikes, they beat them in every way. Stay tuned, because this list changes everything you thought you knew. Number 14. Honda CL500. Lightweight, upright, and rugged enough for a gravel detour, this scrambler from Japan blends classic design with practical engineering. Built around a 471 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine, it produces 46 horsepower and 32 pound-feet of torque, just the right amount of grunt for real-world use. While American entry-level cruisers often feel clunky and outdated, this Honda is tight, refined, and easier to live with day to day. Its approachable nature is no accident. The seat height sits at 31.1 inches and the bike weighs just under 430 pounds. These numbers translate to confident handling and easy maneuvering, even for newer riders. Suspension duties are handled by a conventional telescopic fork in the front and twin rear shock absorbers, tuned for comfort without sacrificing feedback. Braking is supplied by a 2-piston front caliper on a single disc and a rear disc with anti-lock braking system standard. Ground clearance comes in at 6.1 inches, offering just enough capability for dirt roads or light off-road fun. The fuel tank holds 3.8 gallons and delivers over 70 miles per gallon, giving the bike excellent range for commuting or backroad adventures. A 5-speed gearbox and chain drive make for reliable power delivery, while a digital instrument display and full LED lighting modernize the user experience. The high-mounted twin-pipe exhaust adds scrambler character without excessive noise or heat. At a starting price of $6,800, this bike undercuts every American cruiser in its weight class and does it with better fuel economy, superior finish quality, and Honda's legendary reliability. It's a bike you can grow into, not out of. It's stripped back and scrambler tough, but if you want torque with touring comfort, the next one hits both targets. Number 13. Yamaha Tracer 9GT Plus. This isn't just a sport tourer, it's a glimpse into the future of long-distance motorcycling. Yamaha's Tracer 9GT Plus is powered by an 890 cubic centimeter inline triple engine that generates 117 horsepower and 68 pound-feet of torque. That combination delivers thrilling acceleration and silky power delivery, but the real story here is the onboard technology, which rivals high-end luxury sedans. The chassis is anchored by an electronically controlled semi-active suspension system that reads the road and adjusts damping in real time, front and rear. Braking is managed by dual radial-mounted 4-piston front calipers and a single disc in the rear, all tied to a lean-sensitive linked braking system with cornering anti-lock functionality. Seat height is adjustable from 32.9 to 33.5 inches, and the total weight comes in at 519 pounds. Comfort and rider interface is where the GT Plus shines. Features include radar-assisted adaptive cruise control, a 7-inch full-color TFT dash, heated grips, a quick shifter, backlit switchgear, adjustable windscreen, and full LED lighting. The 6-speed transmission is smooth and responsive, complemented by an assist and slipper clutch and electronic ride-by-wire throttle with customizable ride modes. Fuel range is also strong, with a 5-gallon tank delivering an average of 42 miles per gallon. Touring riders will appreciate cruise control that adjusts automatically with traffic, cornering lights that respond to lean angle, and a seating position that's upright and natural for full-day riding. With a starting price of $16,500, this bike delivers more rider-focused technology than any American touring machine under $25,000. It's fast, refined, and built to go the distance. That's Japanese engineering with luxury built in. Now let's talk about power-to-weight destruction. These bikes don't just beat American brands, they redefine what value really means on two wheels. Got a favorite? Let us know in the comments. If this list gave you something to think about, give it a like and subscribe for more real-world motorcycle breakdowns. No fluff, just facts. Number 12. Kawasaki 650 RS. Classic styling meets sharp performance in the Kawasaki Z650 RS, a retro standard motorcycle that balances looks and muscle better than any middleweight cruiser on the market. Powered by a 649 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine, this machine generates 67 horsepower and 48 pound-feet of torque, making it far quicker and smoother than any similarly priced V-twin cruiser. What really stands out is how effortless it feels to ride at any pace. This bike tips the scales at 410 pounds, giving it excellent flickability and confidence on tight back roads. The upright ergonomics and neutral handlebar position make it ideal for daily commuting or weekend carving. A telescopic front fork and horizontal backlink rear shock ensure a balanced ride. Braking comes from dual two-piston front calipers on twin discs and a single-piston rear caliper with a rear disc, all governed by anti-lock braking system. Ground clearance measures 5.1 inches and the seat height is a relaxed 31.5 inches. Other features include LED lighting, a retro-styled analog gauge cluster with digital inserts, and vintage-inspired color schemes that make it a real head-turner. The 6-speed transmission is paired with a slipper clutch for smoother downshifting, and a chain final drive puts the power to the road without drama. Fuel economy averages over 50 miles per gallon, and the tank holds just under 4 gallons. With a starting price of $9,100, it offers better build quality, tighter handling, and greater long-term value than any low-displacement American cruiser. The Z650 RS is the kind of bike that makes you question why some cruisers still cost thousands more for less engineering and performance. Retro never looked this good, but our next one was built to climb rocks and cross borders. Number 11. Honda CRF 300 Rally. Built to handle rough terrain, back roads, and daily commutes without breaking a sweat, this lightweight adventure bike offers something that American brands have mostly abandoned: true dual sport functionality in a reliable, approachable package. It runs on a 286 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine that makes 27 horsepower and 19 pound-feet of torque. That may not sound intimidating, but for backcountry riders, it's all about agility, not brute force. At just 338 pounds wet, the CRF is one of the lightest bikes in its category, making it easy to lift, control, and maneuver off-road or in tight spaces. Suspension comes from a long-travel 43mm telescopic fork up front and a Pro-Link single shock in the rear, tuned to soak up everything from potholes to rocky terrain. Ground clearance stands at 10.2 inches, and the seat height measures 34.8 inches, making it suitable for taller riders or those used to off-road setups. The braking system uses a single two-piston front caliper on a disc and a single rear disc with anti-lock braking system. With a fuel tank capacity of 3.4 gallons and real-world mileage well above 70 miles per gallon, this bike offers excellent range even in remote locations. Riders also get a digital LCD display, LED lighting, hand guards, and a small windscreen, all features often missing in the American cruiser space. Starting at $6,150, the CRF 300 Rally proves that smart engineering and simplicity beat weight and overcomplication. It's a modern dual sport that thrives in the real world, especially where pavement ends and adventure begins. From the trails to the tarmac, this next bike eats up highway miles like no American twin ever could. Number 10. Suzuki Vstrom 800DE. Redesigned from the ground up, this middleweight adventure motorcycle delivers serious performance without the bulk or complexity of larger touring bikes. At the core is a 776 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine producing 84 horsepower and 57 pound-feet of torque. Suzuki built this platform to rival both street-focused tourers and light-duty off-road machines in one cohesive package. Weighing 507 pounds fully fueled, the 800DE features fully adjustable Showa suspension, an inverted front fork, and a link-type rear shock designed to tackle pavement and rugged terrain. With a ground clearance of 8.7 inches and a seat height of 34.6 inches, it provides commanding ride height and travel flexibility. Dual front disc brakes with twin piston calipers and a single rear disc provide strong, predictable braking, aided by switchable dual-channel anti-lock braking system and a 2-mode traction control system. Technology includes a 5-inch TFT color display, ride-by-wire throttle, and multiple ride modes. There's also a quick shifter with auto blip for seamless upshifts and downshifts, something you won't find on any V-twin cruiser under $20,000. Lighting is full LED, and the bodywork includes an adjustable windscreen and reinforced handguards for real-world protection. The 5.3-gallon tank offers excellent range at a consistent 45 miles per gallon, making it ideal for long days in the saddle. At a starting price of $11,350, this machine hits well above its weight class, offering more flexibility and features than most American-built touring bikes, especially in challenging terrain. That's middleweight power with heavyweight capability. Now let's get street-focused with some sport bike DNA. Number 9. Yamaha XSR900GP. Fusing vintage Grand Prix aesthetics with raw street performance, this retro sport machine revives the golden era of racing while staying firmly rooted in 21st century engineering. Powered by Yamaha's renowned CP3 engine, the XSR900GP uses an 890 cubic centimeter inline triple to deliver 117 horsepower and 68 pound-feet of torque, more than enough to outrun most heavyweight cruisers while weighing significantly less. It tips the scales at 463 pounds, making it light, agile, and incredibly responsive through tight corners or sweeping highways. The bike features fully adjustable KYB suspension, an inverted 41mm front fork, and a linked rear shock, tuned for performance without sacrificing ride comfort. Braking is handled by dual front discs with 4 piston calipers and a single rear disc, all paired with cornering anti-lock braking system and traction control. This model includes a quick shifter, multiple ride modes, LED lighting, and a compact full-color TFT display. A retro racing fairing and tail section set it apart visually, echoing Yamaha's racing history while delivering modern function. Ground clearance is just over 5 inches, and seat height comes in at 32.9 inches, perfectly balanced between comfort and control. The 6-speed transmission, paired with a slipper clutch and electronic throttle, gives the rider precise, confident command of the bike at all times. Starting at $12,300, the XSR900GP stands as a stunning blend of form and function. It's a head-turner with real muscle underneath, a true street weapon wrapped in vintage skin. That one goes fast and looks like history, but the next is built to outlive everything else on the road. Number 8. Kawasaki W800. Old-school charm meets mechanical precision in this beautifully crafted retro standard. The W800 is built around a 773 cubic centimeter air-cooled vertical twin engine that produces 48 horsepower and 46 pound-feet of torque. Unlike modern liquid-cooled engines, this one retains the signature cooling fins, exposed bevel gear tower, and characterful thump you would expect from a classic motorcycle. Yet beneath the vintage shell, it performs with the ease and reliability only Japanese engineering can deliver. The riding position is upright and relaxed, aided by a low seat height of 31.1 inches and a curb weight of 496 pounds. Suspension includes a telescopic front fork and dual rear shocks tuned for comfort over speed. Braking is handled by a single 320mm front disc with a 2-piston caliper and a rear drum brake. A nod to vintage styling, but still equipped with anti-lock braking system for safety. Spoked wheels wrapped in tube tires keep the aesthetic rooted in the past while performing well in the present. You also get retro-style dual analog gauges, a round LED headlight, and tank badging that feels more like art than branding. There's no digital overload here, just an authentic riding experience backed by dependable mechanicals. A 5-speed gearbox and chain drive provide smooth power delivery without any guesswork. The fuel tank holds over 4 gallons and fuel economy averages just above 50 miles per gallon. Priced at $10,100, it's a standout in a category few American manufacturers even attempt to enter. With timeless styling, bulletproof internals, and real-world rideability, it's one of the best balanced vintage-styled bikes in today's market. Speaking of unique, this next one proves performance and comfort don't have to break the bank. Number 7. Suzuki GSX8S. Fresh from Suzuki's newest platform, this street fighter brings muscle, precision, and balance into one sharp package. The GSX8S is powered by a 776 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine tuned for usable street torque, making 82 horsepower and 57 pound-feet of torque. This engine delivers power in a predictable yet exciting way, offering both new and experienced riders something to enjoy without overwhelming anyone. At 468 pounds wet, it is light enough to maneuver in tight urban settings, but planted enough for highway aggression. Suspension is handled by an inverted 41mm front fork and a preload adjustable rear monoshock, both tuned for sporty responsiveness. Braking comes from dual 4-piston front calipers on 310mm rotors and a single-disc out back, all managed by standard anti-lock braking system. With a 31.9-inch seat height, it feels accessible without compromising legroom or comfort. Beyond the raw numbers, the GSX8S includes a 5-inch full-color TFT display, ride-by-wire throttle, a bi-directional quick shifter, and 3 selectable ride modes. LED lighting is used throughout, giving it a modern face to match its aggressive tank design and minimalist rear end. Power is delivered through a 6-speed gearbox and chain final drive, tuned for crisp shifts and satisfying acceleration. The fuel tank holds over 3.7 gallons, giving a solid balance between agility and range. Fuel economy hovers near 50 miles per gallon depending on riding style. With a starting price of $8,900, it represents one of the best performance-to-cost ratios of any Japanese naked bike in production today. That one's a naked beast, but if you prefer smooth and subtle, this next entry is pure Honda brilliance. Number 6. Honda N C750XD CT. Commuter-friendly efficiency meets touring-grade comfort in one of the most underrated motorcycles in Honda's lineup. The NC750X is powered by a 745 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine tuned to produce 58 horsepower and 51 pound-feet of torque. This engine is all about low-end torque and efficiency, delivering a relaxed but steady ride that doesn't wear you out on longer trips or daily rides. It weighs in at 470 pounds and features Honda's advanced dual-clutch transmission, which allows for either fully automatic or manual paddle-style shifting. That means no clutch lever, no missed shifts, just smooth, uninterrupted motion. Suspension includes a telescopic front fork and a single rear monoshock with adjustable preload. Braking is managed by a single front disc with a 2-piston caliper and a rear disc, both paired with standard anti-lock braking system. Seat height is 32.7 inches and the riding position is upright with mid-mounted pegs for natural comfort. Starting at $9,400, it delivers more utility, comfort, and long-haul convenience than most American baggers at twice the cost and size. It's quiet, capable, and surgically efficient in a way that few other bikes, especially domestic ones, can claim. Let's turn down the comfort and crank up the chaos with a sport bike that was built to eat torque for breakfast. These bikes don't just beat American brands, they redefine what value really means on 2 wheels. Got a favorite? Let us know in the comments. If this list gave you something to think about, give it a like and subscribe for more real-world motorcycle breakdowns. No fluff, just facts. Number 5. Kawasaki Ninja Z4 RR. Built for riders who crave high-performance engineering in a compact platform, this lightweight super sport bike from Kawasaki pushes boundaries in its class. It runs on a 399 cubic centimeter inline-4 engine, a rare configuration in this segment. The result is a stunning 100 horsepower and 28 pound-feet of torque. That output might not sound overwhelming, but the delivery is where it stuns. This bike redlines at 15,000 RPM, giving it a rev range that puts much larger American cruisers to shame. This super sport weighs just under 415 pounds, giving it a razor-sharp power-to-weight ratio. The braking setup includes dual front discs with 4-piston calipers and a single rear disc, all controlled by a standard anti-lock braking system. Suspension is handled by Showa's separate function fork big piston in the front and a horizontal backlink rear shock, both fully adjustable. Seat height comes in at 31.5 inches, and the chassis geometry is tuned for precise cornering with a short wheelbase and aggressive rake angle. Additional features include a quick shifter, traction control, full-color TFT display, and multiple ride modes. It's track-ready out of the box, but remains street-legal, offering everyday riders access to a true four-cylinder sport bike experience without jumping to leader bike territory. The 6-speed transmission is tight and responsive, and fuel efficiency is respectable given its performance, averaging around 45 miles per gallon. Priced at $9,699, this is a scalpel in a world of blunt instruments. Riders coming from heavier machines will be amazed by how responsive, smooth, and addictive this platform really is. It's a pure expression of Japanese precision, and no American cruiser can come close to matching its thrills per pound. That's a scalpel. Now here's a hammer, and it's aimed straight at the American cruiser throne. Don't ride out unprepared. We picked our favorite motorcycle gear so you don't have to. Check the description and grab the must-haves every smart rider should carry. Number 4. Suzuki Boulevard M109R Boss. This Japanese muscle cruiser is built to dominate both visually and mechanically. Beneath its aggressive silhouette lies a massive 1,783 cubic centimeter V twin engine, capable of producing 128 horsepower and 118 pound-feet of torque. That kind of power isn't just strong for a cruiser, it's class-leading. The engine is liquid-cooled and tuned for high torque at low revs, giving it the pull of a freight train off the line. The bike weighs in at 764 pounds, but it handles with surprising stability thanks to its low center of gravity. The braking system features twin front discs with 4 piston calipers and a single rear disc with twin-piston caliper. Suspension is handled by inverted front forks and a hidden single-shock rear setup with link-type swing arm. The wide rear tire, measuring 240 millimeters, helps put all that torque to the pavement without drama. At 31.2 inches, the seat height makes it easy to plant your feet at stops, and the ergonomics are surprisingly comfortable for long-distance rides. A 5-speed gearbox and shaft drive keep things smooth and reliable, while the instrument panel blends analog and digital readouts in a bold, muscle bike format. The styling is unmistakable, with blackout finishes, sculpted bodywork, and deep metallic paint. With a starting price of $15,799, this Suzuki undercuts bigger American V-twin cruisers while outperforming them in torque reliability and fit and finish. It's the Japanese take on American muscle, only cleaner, faster, and tougher. You like power? Good. The next one comes with dirt DNA and real Dakar attitude. Number 3. Yamaha Tennere 700. Built for adventure and ready for abuse, this middleweight dual-sport motorcycle is one of the most rugged machines Yamaha has ever produced. At its core is a 689 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine tuned for torque and endurance. It cranks out 72 horsepower and 50 pound-feet of torque, offering a perfect balance for both highway speed and off-road flexibility. Unlike heavier American adventure bikes, this machine keeps things lean, light, and focused on real-world terrain. Weighing just 452 pounds wet, the bike's power-to-weight ratio makes it incredibly manageable in sand, gravel, or forest trails. The suspension setup includes long travel, fully adjustable 43mm front forks, and a linkage-type rear monoshock tuned for rough conditions. Ground clearance comes in at 9.4 inches, and the seat height stands at 34.4 inches, tall but typical for the adventure class. Braking is handled by dual front discs and a single rear disc with a switchable anti-lock braking system, allowing riders to disable rear ABS when heading off-road. The steel frame and minimalist bodywork are built to withstand falls, impacts, and dirt. A 5-gallon tank gives it more than 200 miles of range, and the rally-style cockpit with digital display and bar-mounted controls keeps the interface simple and functional. Starting at $10,500, this bike is a global benchmark in the adventure segment. It's favored by Dakar riders, long-distance tourers, and serious off-roaders alike. Unlike bulky American adventure bikes that rarely leave pavement, the Tennere is built for the dirt and thrives in it. For a change of pace, let's go low, sleek, and city slick, the Japanese way. Number 2. Kawasaki Eliminator 500 This stripped-down lightweight cruiser is what happens when Japanese engineering tackles an American icon and makes it better in every way. At the heart of this machine is a 451 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine that produces 45 horsepower and 32 pound-feet of torque. It's tuned for smooth delivery across the rev range, making it a breeze to ride in traffic, through corners, or on the open road. While many American cruisers feel sluggish at lower displacements, this one stays responsive, fun, and efficient. With a curb weight of just under 420 pounds, the Eliminator is lighter than any comparable V-twin cruiser, and the low seat height of 28.9 inches ensures a grounded feel that welcomes riders of all sizes. A telescopic front fork and dual rear shocks handle suspension, offering balanced performance for both comfort and control. Braking comes via a single front disc with a dual piston caliper and a rear disc with a single piston caliper, all backed by anti-lock braking system. Ground clearance sits at just over 5 inches, and the wheelbase stretches a stable 63.6 inches, long enough for cruiser style, short enough for city agility. The 6-speed transmission is geared to maximize torque and keep revs low at cruising speed, while the assist and slipper clutch makes downshifting smoother and more manageable. Fuel capacity is 3.4 gallons, and average mileage comes in around 65 miles per gallon, giving it solid range. Full LED lighting, digital instrumentation, and minimalist bodywork complete the modern retro aesthetic. With a starting price of $6,999, it's one of the smartest alternatives to an 883 or entry-level American cruiser. Now for the one bike that blends high-tech, long-distance touring with Japanese performance perfection. Number 1. Honda Africa Twin CRF 1100L. Built for adventure and battle-tested on real Dakar rally stages, this machine is Japan's ultimate answer to heavyweight American touring bikes. It runs a 1,084 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine that generates 101 horsepower and 77 pound-feet of torque, offering the ideal balance of muscle and control for both highway travel and off-road exploring. Where American touring bikes focus on bulk and badge, this one delivers real-world capability and cutting-edge tech. You can choose between a 6-speed manual transmission or Honda's advanced dual-clutch automatic system, both of which pair with throttle-by-wire and 4 riding modes to tailor power delivery to any environment. The suspension features long travel, fully adjustable front forks, and a rear monoshock that handles even the roughest terrain with composure. Braking is managed by dual front discs with radial-mounted 4-piston calipers and a rear disc with switchable anti-lock braking system. Ground clearance stands at 9.1 inches, seat height is adjustable between 32 and 34 inches, and the curb weight with fuel is 533 pounds. Electronics include a 6.5-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, cruise control, selectable traction control, cornering anti-lock braking system, and wheelie control. The 6-gallon tank delivers a strong range, with real-world mileage averaging over 45 miles per gallon. With a starting price of $14,499, this machine proves that long-distance comfort, durability, and versatility don't need chrome or nostalgia. They need innovation. Riders looking to go farther, faster, and with fewer limitations will find nothing better. So, what do you think? Did your favorite make the list? Drop a comment and let us know which Japanese bike you think crushes the American competition. And if this helped you see the market differently, hit that like, smash subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss what the dealerships don't want you to hear. We've got more coming.